we're back because the Republicans are just admitting that they don't know what the Constitution is or how to find it. So the Fourth Amendment, we already know, covers the fact that we have the right to due process. And we have, we know the Fourth Amendment. So if you go way down the line over to the 14th Amendment, that right there talks about, what's the word? Hold on one second. Equal Protection Clause. That's what I was looking for. The Equal Protection Clause. So if you go to Section 1 of that, it talks about how everybody born here is a citizen, right? And then right under that, directly under that, it says, hold on, and I'm going to get a direct quote for you. Nor shall any state deprive any person, hold on, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of laws. That includes non-citizens, buddy.
Hey there, sweet cheeks. Don't give yourself a libtard congratulatory pat on the back just yet, because even though you skipped from 4 to 14, you forgot to look at 5. So let's look at it together. Why don't we? Okay. Alrighty then. So here we have a section of the Fifth Amendment titled Removal of Aliens Who Have Entered the United States. Now feel free to, just carry on your whole research scapade, because I'm all for that. We should all do more research. But yeah, feel free to look this up in your own time and educate yourself on the whole of this section. I'll just go through a few important parts for you. Okay, so why don't we start right up here. Despite the government's broad power over immigration, the Supreme Court has recognized that aliens who have physically entered the United States generally come under the protective scope of Due Process Clause, which applies to all persons within the United States, including aliens, whether their presence here is lawful, unlawful, temporary, or permanent. Consequently, there are greater due process protections in formal removal proceedings brought against aliens already present within the United States. Due process protections generally include the right to a hearing and a meaningful opportunity to be heard before deprivation of a liberty interest. Alright, now I just went ahead and skipped to the very bottom, and you'll see where it says, now read along with me, okay? The Supreme Court's jurisprudence indicates that although aliens present within the United States generally have due process protections, the extent of those constitutional protections may depend on certain factors, including whether the alien has been lawfully admitted or developed ties in the United States, and whether the alien has engaged in specified criminal activity. Therefore, even with regard to aliens present within the United States, the court has sometimes deferred to Congress's policy judgments that limit the ability of some classes of aliens to contest their detention or removal. Now, next thing you should go and research on your own time is look up expedited removal policy. Yeah, that's the next thing you're going to need to look up, and then it'll fill in the rest of the gaps for you. Okay, I hope this helps, because the way you came off in your video, well, you're basically a pot calling the kettle black. Okay, but hey, keep up that cocksure peppy attitude. You're doing great. Bye.